After the Astros Game 6 loss, Dusty Baker and Cristian Javier talked to the press. We're going to hear what they had to say, my thoughts on that, and just a slight preview of Game 7 on this late night edition of Locked on Astros.
Hello and welcome to Locked on Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Huysman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chancey.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome in. I'm H-Town Wheelhouse, and this is a special post-game press conference edition of Locked on Astros. And as long as the Astros are in the playoffs, I will be doing these post-game. So despite the difficult loss 9-2 and the late burning the midnight oil hour that I'm doing this at, I figured why not go ahead and get this up here? Because you know what? We all got to go to work tomorrow, right? So get it out of the way now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you Dusty Baker's comments. These clips, if you've been watching our postseason coverage of the ALCS with the press conferences, some of them have been a little bit longer, 6 to 7 minutes. These clips, Dusty Baker's no more than 5 minutes, and Cristian Javier is a little under 3 minutes. But I'm going to let Dusty Baker share his words, his thoughts. He talks about why he put Singleton in and replaced him for Pena for his second straight game. And I'll give you my thoughts on that, Cristian Javier, my thoughts on that, and just a slight preview of where I think the Astros need to go and what they need to do in order to be successful to win a Game 7 with their backs against the wall. So let's listen to Dusty Baker.
Started with Dusty. If you have a question, please raise your hand. Edwin and Garrett have the microphones. We'll start with Steve. Dusty, 4 rows back on your right.
Dusty, that eighth inning was pretty interesting. Just curious about the decision to pinch hit Singleton there for Jeremy, who's been pinch hit for now in 2 consecutive games.
Well, I mean, against Leclerc, the OPS is 100 points higher for a lefty versus a righty, and he's been tough on Jeremy and throwing all the sliders and all speed pitches. So I thought our best chance was to pinch hit Singleton.
And we'll go to Christy on your right, Dusty.
You guys had several opportunities to break through, and you weren't able to do it. How
Correct.
disappointing is it to be able to get the men on but not be able to bring them home?
Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing. I mean, the name of the game is opportunities, and then after that, you hope that you come through. And, that was, that eighth inning when we had action. And, we had, especially with Doobie up there, this guy's been coming through all year long, and he's going to make contact. And like I said, some days you just don't get it done.
We'll stay in that same row.
Who will start tomorrow?
Javi.
And did you feel like you kind of let Eovaldi settle in after the first inning? Did you feel like you maybe had him on the ropes?
Yeah, well, I mean, we didn't let him. He settled in. And, like most good pitchers, if you don't get them early and let them get into the middle innings, then they will settle in. And, we did have him on the ropes. And, it was big on Bruce sending back out there in the 7th versus going, to his bullpen. And, that was a big inning right there at the 6th and 7th because his pitch count was getting up. And, like I said, I mean, they just beat us tonight. They're I think 7 out of their nine runs scored were on homers. And so you really got to keep them in the ballpark, and you got to keep them out of that big inning, like their 9th was. I mean, they're very capable of having a big inning, but the more you can stop that and limit the innings to low run scoring innings, the better chance you have to win.
3rd row on your left, Dusty.
Dusty, did John's previous at bat in Arlington against Leclerc factor into going into him pitching tonight?
No, not really. That was something. That was a situation where had Doobie, gotten an at bat, we'd have probably let, if he'd gotten a hit, we'd have probably let Pena hit to keep his defense in there. But that was a situation where I thought that was our best chance.
Go up front with Kim and then Buster.
Hey, Dusty, what did you think about Fromber's stuff tonight? Up here.
Oh, okay. Well, his stuff was good. He made 2 mistakes. He made a mistake on a up and away fastball that was supposed to be sinking down for the home run to right. And then the second one was, the ballpark got him. It was a changeup that was up, and he hit it to the smallest part of the ballpark. But, other than that, he threw the ball well tonight.
Got 2 more. Buster far in the back for Dusty.
Yep.
Dusty, did Abreu's situation have any impact on your decisions tonight? And with his appeal being heard tomorrow potentially, how big of a blow could that potentially be if he's not in your bullpen?
Yeah, that could be a huge blow. I thought about using him, 2 innings today, had the decision been made, but you'd hate to, have the, the fine and the suspension go past tomorrow, and then I wouldn't have had Abreu tomorrow, had he gone 2 innings. So, you wish you had a decision. You wish you had some final decision of, about his status. So, we took a shot there. Hopefully, some of this will be postponed, and we'll have him tomorrow as well.
We'll finish up in the 3rd row in the middle here.
Hey, Dusty. Javier kind of turned his season around in September. He's been strong in October. Why do you think that is?
Well, I mean, he's in great shape. He trains a lot. The guy has a very slow heartbeat, and he's been a big game pitcher for us. Why you turn it around, why you have bad streaks, or why you have good streaks, sometimes there's no explanation. Sometimes you just get in the groove, and then you find your rhythm, you find your timing, and I think that's most of it.
Well, let's hope they find their timing in Game 7. It just seems like they are out of rhythm. Tonight there were several at-bats that I just did not like. The one from Dubon, one of the lone strikeout from Alvarez. Alvarez was 2 for 3 tonight, but his strikeout at the end, I really think he overthought that at-bat. When he swung, that ball was going to be that ball was not even going to come close to the plate. And so he, didn't do a good job. Dubon literally missed that ball by probably half an inch. You probably get under that ball another half inch on the barrel, and that ball goes over the shortstop. And we're talking about possibly a really close play at home to tie things up, because I believe they had a 2-run lead at the time. But, Dusty Baker saying that the OPS, there have been times where I haven't really been a believer that Dusty Baker pays attention to the analytics, but I think when he makes a decision based on the analytics, he backs it up, but he doesn't want to use it as an excuse. But that's what he said. I mean, we had Chaz on the bench. We had Yanner Diaz on the bench. I mean, you had guys who are experienced hitters. And so it still baffles me that you put Singleton in that spot 2 games in a row, and you sub out Jeremy Pena, who is the ALCS MVP and the World Series MVP. Now, Pena is not having the year that he had last year. He's only batting 194. So I'm trying to look around my camera on the screen here. But yeah, I mean, Bregman 189 can't be happening. Tucker 143, Pena 194. You just can't have that kind of outage in the lineup. The error by Jose Altuve for sure in that double play. It's just, you've got to be locked in, because this is the time when everybody's giving you their best, and they clearly didn't put forth their best foot every night. Jackie says, I can't sleep. I'm a little nervous for tomorrow's game. Look, Jackie, let me ease your mind. The bottom line is this: the Astros have the tools, and they have the ability, and they have the desire to go out and win a Game 7, even against all odds. So if they go out there, and you're going to love Cristian Javier's quotes. I'm going to share those here in a second. So I'm going to share Javier's quotes. I'm going to share my thoughts on them and just a little bit of what I think needs to happen in Game 7. But before we do that, This episode is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel is the number one sports book in all of America, and it is the sports book for Major League Baseball. We know that October baseball is here. It's been here for 7 straight years, and FanDuel wants you to become a part. So why don't you do this to get started today? You can get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. Just visit FanDuel.com/lockedon to create your new account. Then you can get in on the action from the first pitch to the final out. That's right. Bet on everything from strikeouts to home runs or who will win the game. Is Altuve going to come up big in Game 7? Cristian Javier, will he get double-digit strikeouts? And if you don't want to wait until the end of the game, till the Astros get the W, predict what will happen in the next at-bat with quick bets. That's right. So head over to FanDuel.com/lockedon right now and step up to the plate for this postseason. $200 in bonus bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. And make sure that you listen to the Astros play the Rangers on Monday, 7:03 p.m. Catch all the hometown play calls on SiriusXM. Go to the SXM app and search Astros. All right, up next, we will have the words from Mr. Javier. Now, this is less than 3 minutes. Again, he'll get questions. He'll respond in Spanish. The interpreter will share his answer. But here's Javier, and it cut off, so I don't know if they didn't release the whole press conference, which would be weird, but it seems like it gets cut off at the end. So here is Cristian Javier.
We'll start with Christy to your right, guys.
Cristian, what do you think about the opportunity to be able to pitch tomorrow with a chance to send your team to the World Series?
¿Qué tú crees de la oportunidad de pichar mañana, de tener la oportunidad de ayudar a llevar a tu equipo a la Serie Mundial? Nada, como siempre, mantenerme positivo y sobre todo encomendar todo en la mano de Papá Dios, que sea su gloria y su voluntad.
You know, stay positive and, you know, put God first, and whatever happens, ride with it.
Third row on your left, guys.
Cristian, what do you remember about this lineup the first time you saw them in Arlington, and what were their strengths or weaknesses when you went and faced them in Game 3?
¿Qué tú aprendiste del line-up de ellos la primera vez que tú te enfrentaste a ellos allá en Dallas? ¿Y qué tú crees que son las fortalezas y las debilidades de ellos? Nada, mi mente es mantenerme positivo y salir a competir.
You know, his thought process is to stay positive and go out and just compete.
Go to the third row in the middle here.
Hi, Cristian. Dusty and teammates have talked about your slow heartbeat out there, your calm on the mound. Why is that? Why are you like that?
Que él dice que hay compañeros tuyos y Dusty que hablan del temperamento tuyo allá afuera, que es un temperamento calmado, que ¿por qué tú crees que eso?
Bueno, yo digo que eso yo lo heredé de mi abuelo es así mismo igual que yo, ¿sabes? Súpermente pasivo.
He said he got that from his grandfather. His grandfather was really passive guy, and he got that from him. Yeah.
Other questions for Cristian? I'll take a couple more.
You've pitched in big games before. Does a Game 7 feel any different?
Que tú has pichado un juego grande anteriormente, que si este juego 7 se siente diferente.
No, nada diferente, el mismo juego, el mismo béisbol, son la misma persona, simplemente salir a competir.
Not really. It's just the same game. You know, same people. You just got to go out there and compete. Nothing different.
Go to the third row in the middle here.
You have that kind of famous rising fastball. Did you struggle with that at all during the year, and do you feel like that's close or at your peak form now?
Que tú tienes la peculiaridad en la recta de tener el que suba que si tú crees que en el principio del año tú tuviste un poco de problema y que si crees que ahora mismo ya eso está en la forma donde debe de estar con tu recta.
Sí, pienso que ya todo está en su perfección, gracias a Dios.
Yeah, he feels like everything feels perfect right now.
And that's where it ends. So that's why I said I think it got cut off, because I think there was additional comments. Of course, I'm not versed enough in Spanish to read or to interpret what is being said, and I haven't seen the transcript of this press conference. So sometimes they provide the English translation, sometimes they don't. But I love what Cristian Javier says. He says, "Look, I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna pitch. I'm gonna be ready, and I'm just going to put it in God's hands. I'm just going to trust God. And if he wants us to move forward, we're going to move forward. You know, we've got some guys on this team that really have an amazing perspective of baseball. The moment's never too big for them. They're never too big for the moment. And I really think that if you get Cristian Javier out there, this is kind of just a mini preview. Cristian Javier can go out there and dominate and remain calm. And even if he gets in a tough situation, get out of it and really fire the team up. The team can feed off of this. Number one, someone mentioned it here. Max is playing hurt. Max is not 100%. The last time we faced him, it was not good for them. I absolutely love the fact that we're facing Max Scherzer in this game. So guys, I'm not worried, and I'm not being a homer. I'm not being, you know, wearing Astros colored glasses. I know well what is in front of us. I know the goal. I know who it is we're playing. And so I'm going to talk to you about that a little bit more. And I want to also share with y'all some really cool information about something I found out about our show and where we are ranking right nationally. And you guys deserve a lot of credit. But first, look, I know you may be worried about the results of Game 7 and what's going to happen, but if you want to go, look, grab the Game Time app today. It's really easy. You can actually wait until right before the first pitch. I mean, last-minute ticket deals, flash deals, zone deals. It's easy to find and buy tickets of every kind of event, not just Astros events. Views from all your seats and whatever venue you're in, the lowest price guaranteed, event cancellation protection, and job loss protection. You can see where you're sitting, what to expect. All the prices show up right there, so you're not surprised when you check out. Buy the tickets in seconds with 2 taps, and you're done. I've done it. I've literally walked up to the stadium, been walking in and said, I don't have a ticket. Literally go and search, boom, Section 119, $48 ticket. Let's go. Now, of course, in the playoffs, it might be a little bit more, but you know what you're getting. And if you find a ticket in the same row in the same section and it's less on another site, they will credit you 110% the difference. So why? Because Game Time, they love you as a customer and they want you to save as much money, because if you do save money, then you'll come back for more. So this is the deal they have. Download the Game Time app today, create an account, and use the promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Hey, that can go a long way. Make sure you do that. Terms do apply. Create your account, redeem the code LOCKEDONMLB. You'll get $20 off. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. And listen to the Astros play the Rangers Monday at 7:03 p.m. Catch all the hometown play calls on Sirius XM on the SXM app. Search Astros. Okay, look, here's the deal. Someone said start Diaz today. That's right. It is 12:57 a.m. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I can't believe y'all are still up. I was kind of hoping to do this, and maybe y'all catch this on the flip side, but y'all are here. Put Chaz in. Yes. I've been waiting for Tucker to get it together. It's either a true slump or something is going on in his personal life. He just does not look right. Someone actually mentioned that in the stadium, that Kyle Tucker looks like maybe he's dealing with something of a personal nature. Maybe he's injured. I don't know. But I hope to God that tomorrow or today in Game 7 tonight that they take care of business. You get to Max Scherzer early. You put the runs on him early. You force them to get Scherzer out of the game early. Then you can get to their bullpen. And I think that is the key. Getting to their bullpen and letting your hitters do their thing. The law of averages has got to play in our favor at some point, don't they? I mean, we can't continue this streak. Why can't the Astros be the team that does it for the first time? Why not? We're the first American League team to go to 7 straight ALCS. Why can't we do it? Why not us? But Javier has not been shaky lately. Javier has been absolute nails in the playoffs. Okay, Naveen, Javier is your guy right now. He is going to have a great game. Now, someone in here says Mad Max is going 7 shutty. In other words, 7 shutout innings. Interesting. Well, okay. I mean, that's what you think. I don't know what what Mad Max you've been watching lately. Maybe that's a movie title, but I don't see Mad Max going like that tomorrow or tonight. But we shall see. The game still has to be played. And Javier does usually get run support, so that's a good thing compared to Verlander. Maybe Javier should start game one. Well, he'd be on extremely short rest if he started game one of the World Series if the Astros win. But I would say this. Someone said, Paige says, maybe the Astros should start checking the balls that MLB is supplying the Astros when they bat and check the balls when the Rangers bat. Yeah, I don't know that they do different batches per team, but you do know, and we do know that they use different baseballs for different games. Major League Baseball even admitted it. So at the end of the day, here is Joseph breaking it down for us. Thank you, sir. Javier has a 1.69 ERA in the playoffs. That's one of the best in the playoffs for a starter. And he's 2-0 in the playoffs. He is our Nathan Eovaldi. I mean, Nathan Eovaldi is pitching like nobody's business. And, right here, M-Web Tex says that Max probably won't make it into the fifth inning. I'd be surprised if he gets past the fifth. That's the hope. That is the hope. So, guys, those were the words of Dusty Baker. Those are the words of Cristian Javier. I'm H-Town Wheelhouse. I just wanted to step in here, do this quick episode. Didn't want to go too long. I've got to get to bed. I've got to go teach 7th graders about Texas history. We're talking about Stephen F. Austin and all this stuff happening, the first settlers to Texas. And it's a fun time in history class. I'm going to try not to fall asleep tomorrow. But, hey, thank y'all so much for tuning in to Locked On Astros. We're getting closer and closer to 10,000 subscribers. Please make sure that you help us get there. Talk to your friends about us. Share our channel with them. I mean, we are so close. We're less than 200 away. I want to get there. I want to give away this Morgan Innsbruck signed ball. I want to give away some Astros baseball cards and things like that to say thank you. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, guess what? We are currently number 8 on the Apple Baseball podcast charts, and we are top 25 on what I call the big boy charts for the All Sports Apple podcast. And that's because of you guys and girls listening to us, watching us. Thank you so much for making us a top 10 show in the country and top 250 on the big boy charts. So, hey, you guys and you girls, you get a good night's sleep. Don't you worry. Have no fear, because the Astros are coming back for Game 7, and we are going to go back to the World Series. Y'all have a good one. And as always, go Stros. Say it with me. Bury me in the H.